Welcome to Sociology Visualized. In social science, knowledge is not a random collection of observations. It is a structured intellectual system, built through three foundational elements: facts, concepts, and theories. These are not isolated units, rather, they form a hierarchical and interdependent framework through which we understand social reality. Facts provide empirical grounding. Concepts give meaning and classification. Theories offer explanation and generalization. Understanding their relationship is essential for doing sociology as a scientific and interpretative discipline. What is a fact? A fact in social science refers to an empirically verifiable observation about social reality. However, unlike natural sciences, social facts are not purely objective, they are often theory-laden and socially constructed. Key features of facts: based on observation and evidence, can be verified or falsified, context-dependent, often influenced by the observer's perspective. Durkheim's notion of social facts. Facts are not merely individual observations. They can be external, coercive, and collective realities. Examples: suicide rates, crime statistics, marriage patterns. These are not just individual acts but social facts shaped by collective forces. Critical insight. Facts are never pure. What counts as a fact depends on theoretical orientation, methodological tools, cultural and historical context. Thus, facts are not neutral data, they are interpreted observations. What is a concept? A concept is an abstract idea or category used to organize and interpret empirical reality. If facts are raw data, concepts are the language through which we make sense of them. Characteristics of concepts: abstract and generalized, derived from empirical reality, used to classify and compare, contextually defined. Examples of sociological concepts: social class, power, gender, modernity, alienation. Concept formation. Concepts are not arbitrary. They are formed through abstraction from empirical observations, intellectual refinement, theoretical framing. For instance, many observations of inequality concept of social stratification. Types of concepts. 1. Definitive concepts, clearly defined, e.g., literacy rate. 2. Sensitizing concepts, open-ended, guiding inquiry, e.g., identity, culture. Bloomers' insight. Concepts do not fix reality. They sensitize researchers to certain aspects of social life. What is a theory? A theory is a systematic set of interrelated concepts and propositions that explains patterns in social reality. It answers: why do things happen? How are phenomena related? Core elements of a theory. Concepts. Variables. Relationships, causal or interpretive. Propositions. Functions of theory. Explanation. Prediction. Interpretation. Generalization. Examples: functionalism explains social order through interdependence. Conflict theory explains inequality through power struggles. Symbolic interactionism explains meaning-making in everyday life. Types of theories. 1. Grand theories, broad and abstract, e.g., structural functionalism. 2. Middle-range theories, specific and testable, e.g., theory of deviance. 3. Micro-theories, focus on interaction, e.g., labeling theory. Relationship between fact, concept, and theory. These three are not separate stages but mutually constitutive elements of knowledge. Flow of knowledge. Facts, concepts, theory back to facts. Facts are organized into concepts. Concepts are linked to form theories. Theories guide the collection of new facts. Example: empirical observations. Rising unemployment. Increasing crime rates. Concepts. Economic marginalization. Social disorganization. Theory. Crime is linked to structural inequality. Key insight. Facts without concepts are meaningless. Concepts without facts are empty. Theories without both are speculative. Philosophical debates. Positivist view. Facts are objective and independent. Concepts should be precise and measurable. Theories should be testable. Interpretivist view. Facts are socially constructed. Concepts are fluid and context-bound. Theories are interpretative, not predictive. Postmodern critique. Rejects universal theories. Emphasizes plurality of meanings. Questions the neutrality of facts. Problems and challenges. Problem of objectivity. Are facts truly objective or shaped by ideology? Conceptual ambiguity. Concepts like development or modernity have multiple meanings. Theory-ladenness of observation. What we observe depends on what we already believe. Overgeneralization. Theories may ignore local and contextual variations. Methodological implications. Understanding these distinctions affects how research is conducted. Operationalization, turning concepts into measurable variables. Hypothesis formation. Derived from theory. Data collection, guided by conceptual clarity. Analysis, linking facts back to theory. Conclusion, knowledge as a dynamic process. Fact, concept, and theory together form the epistemological backbone of social science. Facts ground us in reality. Concepts allow us to think systematically. Theories enable us to explain and interpret. But this process is not linear or fixed. It is dynamic, reflexive, and historically situated. In advanced sociology, the task is not just to use these tools, but to critically examine how they are constructed, whose interests they serve, and what realities they reveal or conceal. If you found this lecture helpful, do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.